went way back. It's when I was a little girl, I watched The Karate Kid, and that kind of inspired me to do martial arts, and it also was part of my beginning of falling in love with movies as well, so martial arts and movies, and without having watched that film I probably wouldn't have put the two together. And last year Paul from Fighters Inc. Contacted me, and we did the first ever Fighting Spirit Film Festival, and we had great feedback, great support. You came along then as well, and we wanted to do it again, so that's where it's come from. In the first one we had martial art demonstrations. There was a Gatka group, which is a martial art that people rarely see, so that was a nice way to kind of showcase a martial art that people don't normally know about. And we had Ip Man Part 3, which was, he's an iconic character, very inspiring, and we wanted to have inspiration as part of the theme. We had Kung Fu Panda 3 because it's a child film, and we wanted to kind of get kids involved with martial arts as well. And then we had a classic film, Drunken Master, with Jackie Chan in. And we had 12 short films, some were documentary, some were fiction. And they're made by up-and-coming filmmakers, and we just wanted to show there's a group of people in this country who are equally as passionate about martial art films. They've grown up watching Jackie Chan and Donnie Yen and these guys, and they're now making their films, and hopefully people in the future will get to see some of their feature films as well. So. I think there's a depth, because martial arts is a physical thing, but it's also like a self-discipline, and there's philosophy, and you know, with a lot of sports you maybe cannot carry them on into later life, but with martial arts you can. And we've just shown the Karate Kid now, and Mr. Miyagi is an older character, and he's got the superior skill, and the younger person is very much learning and seeing him as his mentor. So I think it's very much about having that kind of journey as well, about, you know, you go on a journey, you learn martial arts and you improve. Yeah, so I work in cinema anyway, and we do a lot with independent cinema there, and this festival is very much about bringing the community together, and crowdfunding is very much getting the community involved. A lot of the filmmakers are the community themselves, so it just made sense, and it's a great way to let people know and also feel like they're part of it and they can have an input as well, and I think from the support it really helps. I actually was in the screen a little bit earlier, and they've actually told me not to say this, but I was looking around going, there's actually a lot of people in the screen, and I was like just grinning, like going, this is great, because I work in cinema anyway, and sometimes some of these independent films or films where you don't necessarily know who's in the film, it's hard to get people to kind of take a chance and come and watch films if they don't know who's in it. And all these independent filmmakers, they make films to be seen, and the cinema screen is one of the best ways to experience a film, and especially when you're in a dark room with lots of people, they're sharing that experience with you, and it can make it a bit more special. And I was just like, this is great. And I've got people that tell me that like they used to back in the day go and see double bills at the cinema, and they'd watch double bills of martial art films and come out feeling really energized. And I'm thinking, you know, hopefully we're kind of recreating that kind of atmosphere with it, and it was really exciting actually. I'm really pleased. I think word got round from last year, which definitely helped, and there was a few filmmakers last year that weren't able to get their films ready in time and did want to be involved, and there was some filmmakers that you know, I've actually met one filmmaker actually when I was at work, and he'd never made a film before to do with martial arts, and I was talking to him and saying, have you ever thought about doing a martial art film? And he said, no, but I'd like to. And he said he'd grown up watching Jackie Chan films, and so the only problem he had was getting in touch with the actors, and I said, well, I know some, and that's part of the festival, is you can connect people. So maybe there are filmmakers out there that love these films, but they just don't know who can do those parts, who can do the choreography, or who can write. And if you can bring these people together, then you can make some great films, and I think some of those films go a way of showing that, as well as the new ideas and the experimental stuff. I think it's pretty good. I'm really happy for that, because using a sporting analogy, if you are like trying to improve yourself and get better, you want quality biting at your heels or your shoulder pushing you, and it's actually something to be welcomed, because if people are like trying to improve themselves and improve their standard and they're pushing you as well, that helps motivate you on those days when maybe you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. But then also, like, you know, everyone benefits, because us as viewers, we get to see some great films, and that attracts more people to come and see it. And maybe some film, you know, film distribution companies are going to go, maybe we should invest some money in this, or, you know, maybe we should like think about distributing it on a more larger scale. So I'm hoping that like people will see it and think, you know what, let's talk about these people, let's follow them, watch their career, and maybe they'll do something great. I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit of a nerd and a geek, and I talk about this all the time because it is my two passions. It's movies and martial arts, and most people I talk to, no one says it's a bad idea, but maybe they're scared to tell me. I don't know, that could be it, but most of them think it's a really good idea, because I think if you're bringing out a positive energy and passion, and it's encouraging other people to come towards it, it magnetizes this energy towards it, and everyone kind of benefits. And if you don't like it, don't come. But you know, I think anyone who takes their passion and puts it into practice, you're always going to kind of create this nice positive atmosphere and environment, and hopefully it attracts more. So far it's been great, I can't really complain, and the support from the crowdfunding showed that, I think. I can't say too much, but I think we will go to 2 days, because we realise that there's a lot to put in there, and I think it's actually a good time to grow it a little bit. We've grown a little bit this year. We don't want to grow too fast. We want to keep the integrity. We want to keep the passion and the energy behind it, and make it still quality. It's not important to kind of grow really big, but also make sure we are still recognising and supporting those filmmakers, making the community, and inspiring people and getting people along.